Hey guys, I'm going to make a real quick video about me handling my iguana. I've been kind of off doing that for a while now, a couple of weeks, which is kind of annoying, but just I have so much to do. So I'm going to try to hold him today and just see how it goes. It probably won't go very well, but I just needed kind of more content because I will be going to Arizona, and also I have fair next week, so I just won't have time to make stuff right away then, so I need to build up videos, and I figured this would be a pretty cool one. And also somebody left a comment saying I should do it, so that's the power of your guys' comments. So if you have any other video suggestions, put them down in the comments. I'm gonna stop yabbering and get to trying to hold Charlie. Okay, so just so you guys know, it is definitely a possibility that I might just end up talking about him. Sorry, I'm trying to fix the camera. I might just end up talking about him because there's a decent amount of possibility that he won't let me get him. But hopefully I'll be able to kind of sneak up on him. And I'm going to get a blanket to wrap him in. Or a shirt. So we'll see how it goes. He's probably still going to be really warm. But if he is, then I might try later today. Again. Like, way late tonight. Okay. He is freaked out. I'm actually going to turn off his heat, his nighttime heat dealie, which is this right here, because it's really hot in here anyway, and I want to be able to hold him later. So I'll just try again later and see how that goes when it's later at night, like by the time that it's dark outside at night, and we will see how that goes. Okay, so in the last clip I actually cut some out just to make this video shorter, but this is just me trying to get Charlie out, which I had in the last clip, but it failed. I got him out. And he's not happy with me. At all. He's very irritated, in fact. And I'm just gonna hold him like this the whole time. Okay, so you guys should be able to see him. He's not happy. He's definitely not happy. And by the way, it's really late, so oh wow, he's kind of so big. So he's not warmed up at all. He's just not happy because he actually woke up right before I got him out. He's always growing, he's always shedding. But if you guys didn't know, obviously he's not the nicest iguana there ever was. Which is kind of an interesting story, which I guess I'll tell here. Oh, he's the nut. He's very close to getting out right now. I'm going to keep him directed towards his cage. He actually, when they reached in to get him at the pet store, because I used to be dumb, basically. He's my first pet, so he's like the one that I got when I didn't know how to take care of reptiles, if that makes sense. I feel like that's how a lot of people start off. Like, I was dumb and I did a lot of research, but it just wasn't like the right research. Like, I was unprepared when I got it. Like, I had a tank and everything, but I wasn't really expecting a mean iguana because what we had seen were at expos, and I didn't feel like waiting for the next expo because I was an impatient child. Anyway, so we got him he's getting so huge. Man, he's big. Oh, jeez. So we got him at a pet store, like I said. Ow. Okay. I'm just gonna hold him like this. I'm definitely gonna be bleeding after this. So like I said, we got him at a pet store, and my brother actually went to pick him up, and now I'm restraining him right now, but I'm also kind of loose. Like, I don't want to hurt him. I definitely don't want to hurt him. But the reason that I'm not just letting him run is, first of all, he'd run all over my room, and second of all, I would be bleeding all over my hands, and I'd already be doing that with one hand. Let me finish my story, Charlie. It's alright. So what I'm hoping, basically, is, let me explain this, is as he gets bigger, he'll get more comfortable with me, and eventually he'll kind of be alright with me. Or the reverse will happen, and as he gets bigger, he'll hate me more and more, and eventually he'll be a super, you know, like, bigger than a normal house cat, like bigger than a fat house cat size lizard that hates me, which is very possible, and I'm kind of willing to live with that, because mainly what I want to use them for is educational purposes on YouTube, and basically showing people how to keep them, not how to get a nice one, okay, because I don't know how to do that, obviously. But I'm really good with crested geckos. I've only worked with 2, but so far it's been going pretty well, and I hope to work with more and try to find one that I really think is really troublesome, and try to work with it more. But Charlie's definitely not the lizard that I'm going to be expecting to be like a puppy dog, but I hope that someday I'll be able to get him tamer, and that he'll eventually calm down with me. So let me finish my story. My brother actually went to pick him up, and when he did, they reached into the enclosure, and this wasn't a very good pet store either, and he dropped his tail. So I didn't, as you can see, it's grown back now. Ow. Okay, here. I'm going to try to let him run in between my hands. And again, I'm facing him towards the enclosure, because if I have to let him go, I'm willing to. Yeah, I'm kind of freaked out because I haven't held him in a while, and he was pretty freaked out, and he's really gotten a lot bigger, because again, I've been holding the crested geckos more recently. But he's really pretty because he's shedding, and he's ginormous. Gee whiz. He wasn't the nicest lizard at any stretch. So what I would have rather done is rescued one, honestly, but even back then what I should have done is waited for an expo, because we had gone to expos before, but I wanted to get it for Christmas, which again, I did research and I prepared, but I still wanted to get it for Christmas, and that was the only real way that I could get one that was cheap as well, which is another thing that I'm still willing, like, that's the thing with pets. A lot of people think, like, obviously you shouldn't want to get the cheapest one or whatever, but I'm still kind of in the thought that you can get a nice pet that is, like, cheap. And honestly, like I've said before, I don't buy pets anymore, so and if I would ever, it's because somebody wanted to get rid of it. Like, it was basically, I don't buy new when it comes to pets, and this is the only one that I have bought new. And as you can see, it's not. I could have gotten a lot nicer one that was from somebody who didn't want it anymore. So he was only like $20, but his enclosure and everything and feeding him is ridiculous. Like, you know, it's a ridiculous amount of a lot of money, which is why I don't like buying pets, and I don't like buying pets for expensive amounts of money, because I know how much their enclosure is going to cost, especially with turtles. So to me, it's like, when it comes to like taking animals in or something like that, I know how many, like I go on Craigslist a lot, I know how many people don't want animals any longer. So it's almost, to me, it's like you should be paying me to take your animal, because I know how much they cost. I for one, like, I know how much they cost. So to me, a lot of the time, it's less about having an animal. Like, a lot of the animals that I keep, like Charlie, or I think a lot of the animals kind of that I keep are mainly, well, not a lot. I think one of the driving factors for me to have an animal is YouTube. Like, honestly, I think I would have taken Charlie back, and, which, the reason that I didn't want to is because to me it was like, who's gonna buy an iguana without a tail? You know what I mean? Like, to me that just doesn't seem like, which he probably would have been sold to somebody who had no idea what they're doing. But like, if it was just a pet thing, then I probably would have taken him back and then waited and gotten a nice one, because it's just not worth it when you have a lizard that's going to get huge. You want to get a nice one. But again, it's more for me the enclosure that he's in, showing people the best way that I think that iguanas can be kept in really cool enclosures. So to me, he's more of like a show animal, like you can see him, but I'm not saying that iguanas aren't handleable. I'm just saying that he has never really been handleable. And that, you know, I'd say that's partly my fault for not working with them more, but at the same time, he, you know, very rough start, very, very rough start. And the fact that I'd never, like, whenever I get into animals, I'm kind of like, and then I get into them and I'm like, okay, I'm like, there's no problem here at all. Like, with lizards, I started off with Charlie, wasn't very good. Like, I always freaked out. I was, like, always shaking when I was holding him, even kind of like I am now, just even more. But then once I started handling crested geckos, it got a lot easier for me to hold Charlie, actually. So that's good. And the same thing happened with turtles. Like, when I didn't keep turtles, I still, like, was around them from finding them outside in the wild, but I wasn't as used to handling them. So when I started keeping turtles, then it got a lot easier. But, you know, turtles aren't exactly something that I handle. It's just like with treating them for certain things like shell rot and just moving them around, it got a lot easier. So I'm sure the same thing would happen with snakes. Like, I find snakes in the wild and I'm fine with handling them, but it's still just something that's a little bit weird for me. And it's not because I'm afraid of them or anything. It's just the fact that I don't work with them on a regular basis. So I think if I did, which I never really plan to work with snakes, just because I don't want to deal with mice. That's basically the driving factor. Like, a lot of, like I've said before, I like to keep animals that are easy for me to keep, because I think if they're easy for me to keep and I can really get into how I do their enclosure, make it look nice in my room, they're going to get the best care that they deserve. So I think that I just wouldn't enjoy taking care of a snake, so I'm not going to keep snakes, which just kind of makes sense. I think someday, if I could breed mice, then I would keep like a small type of snake, like something that would say like a garter snake or something, that I wouldn't have to go out. Like, if I could sustain a colony of mice, so then I wouldn't have to go out and buy mice, then I'd be fine with that. Like, I used to have a leopard gecko a long time ago. That one was, I think my brother got it for free, so he's not, I'd say that he is responsible, but he's just not very driven. He's the same one that had got this crested gecko. He's not the most driven person, and he just kind of lost interest in it, and he didn't really do research or anything. And honestly, I didn't either, because back, like, that was a really long time ago, and I was really young, and I basically knew whatever my parents told me. Like, I didn't really understand that I needed to do research and stuff, which I guess, so I can understand where people would be coming from in that regard. Like, anything we had kept before were just, like, for a little while we'd keep, like, snakes or turtles from out in the wild, and then we'd let them go again. But it was definitely different having a leopard gecko, so I kind of lost interest in it as well. But my friend Michael, who once long ago knew more about reptiles than me, or at least his mom did. It's more, there's different ways to keep reptiles as pets. I don't know, I'm just talking now. I hope this is entertaining for you guys. I'm just holding him and talking. I think there's different ways to keep reptiles as pets. There's somebody who is like me, and I mean the same thing with keeping any animals as pets, like dogs, cats. There's the normal everyday person who keeps a dog and a cat. Pretty much everybody has, like, it's weird not to have a dog or a cat or both, pretty much. That's probably different in different parts of the world, in different, like, maybe in more urban parts of the world than where I live. It's more normal to not have something like that. But at least where I live, it's kind of weird not to have a dog or a cat, at least. So there's the normal everyday, and then there's the people that do like dog shelters and stuff like that, and just work with tons of dogs and cats every single day. It's the same thing with reptiles, except since they're smaller, it's a lot easier to be the person who works with tons a day. There's the people that get one turtle, and that's like their dog and cat type of thing. They have that one turtle, and that's basically like their baby type of thing. Same thing with lizards, like especially with iguanas, because iguanas are pretty popular in the hobby and they're cheap. So there's that, and then there's somebody like me who keeps a bunch of animals. As you can see, I'm bleeding now. If he was nicer, then I'd cut his claws, but yeah, good luck with that. That's basically what I'm saying. So my friend, he has one leopard gecko. He used to have a different type of lizard, and now he has a fish tank as well. Or he has two fish tanks. His brother has a fish tank as well. But he's the type of person that, like, he has a dog, he has a lizard, and he has a fish tank. He's not like a super big hobbyist. He's really into fishing. I think that's like his main hobby. So he's not like me where I keep a ton of animals. He's more just like that's his one pet, is his leopard gecko. So his mom actually knows more about it, I think, than he does, but it's just kind of his pet. And at one point they knew more than me about reptiles than I do, but that I've definitely surpassed at this point. And I actually put that leopard gecko at the school for a while, and then I think we ended up giving it to somebody else, which is honestly so much better, because I had no idea what I was doing, and I hope it's still alive, because we didn't give any information to them because I didn't know what I was doing either. So that was kind of like sad for me, honestly, to look back at that I did that, like I didn't know how to care for it and stuff, but I wasn't exactly pushed to learn about it because I just didn't know, and I don't think my parents knew either. But when I kind of found the reptile hobby, I really got into it, and especially on YouTube. Like, I used to watch different types of videos on YouTube, like gaming stuff, but now it's reptiles. But that's what. And this is Charlie who started it all. I had a fish tank before this. I kept a turtle from the wild a really long time ago, and that's when I got, I think that was before having the lizard, and I ended up letting it go. So I was always kind of interested. I was always interested in animals, but like I grew up with two older brothers, like we kind of always were. But starting with Charlie was like the main thing, besides already having a fish tank. But after I got Charlie, everything just exploded, and I've only had him for like a year, maybe a year and a few months. Like I think I got him December 15th, 2017, I think. Does that sound right? Yeah. Yep. December 17th, 2017, I think. So it's been a year and then some, maybe a year and a half, maybe a little bit less than that. I'm not exactly sure. Whoa. He's decided he's going to start walking. This is super weird. He is super chill right now. Holy crap. Nope. Nope. Okay. He's not chill anymore. This is weird. He's never been a walker, honestly. Whenever I hold him, he always just kind of... Oh, my hands are going to be so cut up. Okay, I think I'm going to put him back now. He's never really walked like that before for me. As you can see, my hand is destroyed. And his whips don't hurt yet, but I'm sure I'm going to really hate the day that they start to. But I'm going to put him back now. I think I've talked enough. As you can see, he's just sitting majestically here. And he's probably going to start climbing up my arm if I try to put him down. And I know my lizard. He's gonna try to start climbing. It's weird. He doesn't like being out of his cage, but he doesn't like going back in either. He's just staring at my eyes. He likes to watch my eyes. Okay, I really want to make sure he doesn't jump away. At the same time, just gonna set him in his enclosure. Okay. Oh, jeez. That actually went really well, honestly. He calmed down a lot, and, you know, if this enclosure was easier to get into, honestly, I think I would try a lot harder to hold him during the day. Like, if I could open it from the front, I would probably be able to, but the problem is he just runs across the back, because his claws are so sharp that he can just stick right to the back of the background, which is really cool, honestly, but he runs across the whole back, and it's really hard to get him out during the day because he's super warm, like I said, because he basks. But that was pretty fun for me, honestly, and I think that's pretty cool. By the way, when I think I've decided when I get back from Arizona, I'm going to be trying to get a bearded dragon. Now, like I said, I don't buy animals anymore, so there's going to be one of two ways. I'm going to take one in as a rescue, or I'm going to trade one kind of as a rescue, something like a fish tank or something. But I'm really going to be trying to take in a bearded dragon, and here's the reason why. I have the iguana, and the iguana, like I said, is more of a show animal. I can't get him out during the day because he's super crazy, and I keep him for YouTube so I can show you how to properly keep him. Okay? That's basically, I should feature him more often, and that's kind of why I'm doing this video. The crested geckos are very small, and I handle them every other day. I'm about to go feed them. They're super chill. I can handle them, but the problem is they're very fragile. So even if I take them out and handle them, I can't just like kind of like I'll just set them places sometimes, but I can't really do anything else while I have them out. I have to focus on them to make sure they don't crawl away, especially him. Especially Teddy, or her, whatever it is. So, it's definitely very cool for me, and I love the crested geckos to death. I mean, out of all the reptiles I have, Darwin is my favorite, easily, like in a heartbeat, no questions asked. The turtles aren't really handleable, but, I mean, I feed them, like hand feed them every day, so there's that, but they're not exactly handleable. And then, obviously, I can't handle fish. So here's what I'm thinking. If I get a bearded dragon, I'll finally have that. I think a bearded dragon is the animal that I will find to be like this shows you how tame animals are type of deal. Like, if people come over, I can get him out and set him out because he's diurnal, or they're diurnal, and then also I can like kind of like, maybe I'm editing videos or something, I can just like let them chill on the ground or on my bed. Just the ultimate little pet, you know, scaly dog type of thing. That's what I'm looking for. So then I can kind of like, because with the crested geckos, I get them out and it's kind of like a relief. I'm like, finally the animals that actually seem to like me type of thing. But I think what I want to try to do is get a bearded dragon to finally have something that I can set out and be around without having to worry about it getting hurt or something like that, or losing it somewhere in the room. So what I'll be looking for is one, either a baby or an adult. If it's an adult, then it's going to have to be nice, and if I end up getting one, like taking one in that isn't nice, then I will rehabilitate it and sell it to somebody else who, or get it to somebody else who can properly take care of it, obviously. Because I just want one that's nice and that I can handle a lot. So either a baby or an adult, either one's fine. I prefer a baby so then I can raise it myself, but that's what I'm going to be trying to do. But once I get back from Arizona, because I obviously don't want to get one right before I leave. So there's that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and it was helpful. As you can see, this is what he did there. So that's fun. It doesn't really matter. I'll just go make sure I wash my hands real good. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like it down below. If you have any comments or concerns, put in the comments below. And if you want more content, then subscribe. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video. Man, I have that down really good. Again, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Really mean it. Or night, or whenever you're watching this. And, bye.